It's so good to learn from other people's mistakes to better yourselves. And in this situation, you can learn from their mistakes. For example, instead of doubting, Izzy will be reading Matthew 8:26 to 27. Okay. He replied, "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. The men were amazed and asked, "What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the waves obey him." That was the NIV version. So a little backdrop information is they were on a boat. Jesus was in a boat with his disciples, and it became very windy. It was a pretty bad situation. I mean, it wasn't just like, the boat was rocking left to right. I mean, it was really bad. And so since they were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? They woke him up. They were like, what are we going to do? Do something. It's important to see who they went to. They didn't ask anyone else besides Jesus to do something about this, because the disciples knew where to go. They knew who their source of a miracle was. Like they knew who they needed to direct themselves to. They knew that no one, if they were going to make it out of this, there was only one person from that boat that was going to save them. No one else was going to save them. And so we can really see that, their heads didn't turn anywhere else but to Jesus when they were going through a tough situation. However, Jesus hit them back with you of little faith, why are you so afraid? That's the NIV version. In the ERV, it said, why are you afraid? Don't you have enough faith? And so many times, it's easy for someone to say, oh, I have so much faith when everything's going good. If you're having a good day, it's not hard for you to say, oh, I trust God for him to come through. But when you're having a hard day and you really don't know how you're going to make it out, whether it be a test, whether, a lot of things are coming together, whether it be a bill that's due, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a project, it's easy when everything's going good. But what about when things are falling apart? What about when you don't know how it's going to be on the other side? What about you being kind of like alone? Like the disciples, there's only one person that can help you out, and that's Jesus. So like them, turn your sight to Jesus. He's the only one that's going to be able to help you. But it's so good to learn from other people's mistakes to better yourselves. And in this situation, you can learn from their mistakes. For example, instead of doubting, why not say, God, you know what's going on. You are the creator. You've sent, Jesus to be within us, to die for us. God, you know my heart. I mean to do no wrong to anybody, and this came out of nowhere, but I trust that you got me. And I trust that you've equipped me with enough knowledge and wisdom to get over this. I trust that you will put things together. And even though it might not be the best situation right now, I have faith in you. Remember, he said, you have little faith. No, that's where they were wrong. They knew who they needed to direct themselves to, but they didn't have enough faith. They didn't say, God, we're going to make it out all right. It might be a storm, because this was a storm. I don't know what your storm is right now in your life or this week, because it's, it's just Monday. You still have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But just keep in mind, God is with you every single day, every single second. So how much faith do you have in him? Are you going to really trust him for the rest of the week, or only when it's good? Only when everything is, flowers and cupcakes and, slushies? Are you only trusting him when it's only good, or are you trusting him when it's really bad? And so for the rest of this week, family, we pray that you really have a good day, and anything, wherever your storm may be, have faith, trust him, talk to him, direct yourself to him, because He's not dead, and he's definitely not going to ignore you. He always listens to his word. He always watches over his word, and we are his word. We are his children, so he definitely cares for us. But trust him. Have faith. If you're going through a hard time, you don't know how you're going to get through this, talk to him. Don't be like the disciples. Don't have little faith. We love you so much. We hope you have a good week, and you can do it. Not because you're great, but because God is with you. We love you so much. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. And for the Spanish version, go ahead and click right there. And we love you so much. Ciao.
It's been too long.